All right. Please do not waste your time watching this unless you have a very specific reason to watch this video. Right now it is Tuesday morning, 1:36 in the morning, August 11th, 2020. Tuesday morning, I'm going to count this as part of, Tuesday, why not? Even though I'm going to do a breath exercise, I'm going to count as Monday because I haven't gone to bed yet. This is Adventure Week, day 2 or day 1, depending upon if I don't do anything else for Tuesday, then this is the adventure part for Tuesday. That box is checked. That thing is taken care of. Although I probably will do something else. I'm not going to superset this or anything. I am just going to do 100. Well, this is in honor of a buddy of mine. He the last couple months, he's been spending somewhere between 3 and 5 hours at the gym, and he is exceedingly proud of himself for doing so. And I am proud of him for doing so, and the results seem to be there. So he's taking pictures. He's very proud. It's a good festival for him to experience the growth and change in his body, which is awesome. And I felt bad when I said, well, dude, anybody that spends 3 to 5 hours in the gym is going to be ripped in a couple months. But here's the thing. I shouldn't have said that because not everybody is willing to put in that time and put in that work. So he's one of the few that's willing to put in that time and the work. And I am not one of the few that's willing to put in that time and that work. Now, the good news is, in honor of him, the splash effect of him doing good is people who know him and get influenced by him. And I choose to be influenced in a good way by people, not necessarily in a bad way. So this is a good influence splash technique. I wouldn't be doing this if he wasn't doing his thing. In honor of him, I'm going to do, well, he's gone up to 12. I just talked to him today, and he was like, oh, yeah, I don't do just 10 sets of 10. I do 12 sets of 12 or something like that. He might even be up in the weight. I'm not sure. I was like, well, why don't you do just 10 sets of 10 and up the weight? And he's like, oh, yeah, that's a way. But, or maybe he just didn't really hear what I said. I'm not sure. Sometimes getting a word in edgewise is not always there. Anyhow, so really, really trying to psych myself up to do just curls, little 20-pound weights, 10 sets of 10 in honor of his old system. Not his new system. I'm not going to do 12 sets of 12, just 10 sets of 10. And we'll see how that feels. 10 sets of 10. One. Might do different flavors of curls. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to put the weight right in front of me. Hopefully this table can handle the weight. I'm sure it could. It's toasty in here, so the shirt is coming off. And the receipt that I have in my pocket is going in the proper place. Of course, file those receipts. I already wrote it down in my budgeting plan, so that's good there. Oh man, got a little incense burning here. Buying incense is literally like burning money. Well, not literally, I mean figuratively, and then like the closest literal sense is you're buying something to burn, which I guess is, it has the function. I'm sure burnt money doesn't smell as good as incense. Anyway. Put away that receipt. Get rid of the shirt. Get rid of the socks. I'm not quite in my normal workout uniform, but not too far away. I probably won't get too sweaty during this, I hope. So that's the first set. Just pop out another set. Is that the one? That's... Alright. Am I even in frame? let's see what the frame looks like. I'll just turn that a little bit. There we go. It's a wider frame. Okay. Set number 2. 10 sets of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Take a little break. Might do different flavors of this. Might even do a flavor where I do isolation curls. Not with more weight. I'm just going to stick with those. But I'll do them one hand at a time. Third set. 10 out of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, now I'm feeling it. 10. We're gonna sit down for a second, switch out to isolation curls. Do these different flavors. I might be doing some hammer curls after this. That's some fun stuff. Feel some tension when I'm leaning this way. Of course, a few hours ago I was doing those pull downs. Did a burnout. I don't know if that's the correct name. That's the name I remember those things being, but maybe my mind's just making stuff up, because I say burnout to people and they're like, what's a burnout? Like with the vehicle and you burn the tires? No. Maybe I'll look that up online and see if anybody else uses the phrase burnouts for anything. And then I'll try to see what the other phrase, if there is another phrase for that. And if not, I'll post it up somewhere. Hey, you guys ever hear of this thing called burnouts? I don't know what other people call them, but I've always thought of them as burnouts. Although I might have been introduced to them as something else and just forgotten the quote-unquote real name. Whew. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit of momentum. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That felt pretty nice. No complaints on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I guess that was, God, I really hope that's the 4th set, because in my head I'm thinking that's the 4th set. And I'd hate to be wrong. It might be the 3rd set, but I'm pretty sure it's the 4th set, so. All right, let's go ahead and bust out another one. I think that's the right thing to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, my buddy, he uses some amazing general statements, and I'm gonna press pause on my editorializing right there, because I usually have an honest problem with generalizing statements like everybody does this and this never happens, and I like most of the time and sometimes, and I could see how a lot of people would feel that way instead of everybody feels like, you know, because immediately as soon as I heard everybody feels like, it's just anyway. His generalizing statements about working out is never go backwards, basically. Write down what you're doing and never ever go backwards, because backwards is defeat and it's useless and you don't want to go there. I feel differently about that. But maybe that's just an excuse or justification on my part. But I did read a book that supports some of those ideas about going backwards, called Big Beyond Belief. And I use some of those principles a little bit without getting too exacting in my 4-week philosophy towards working out. 4-week cycles. It's not optimized, it's not perfect, but hopefully it'll work. And hopefully it'll work for a lifetime. So this is part of the 5th set, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was tempted to do this with a little bit more weight. I am glad I chose these. It's been a little while since I've done isolation curls, and I don't know if I'm still kind of feeling like I'm rocking back and forth, and that's a little bit of momentum, but I'm doing 10 sets out of 10. I'm gonna let a little bit of momentum slide. You know, it's not gonna be perfect, but it is gonna be progress, as a lot of people say in a lot of things. All right, that was set. I did 3 of the one thing. I've done 2 with this, so I'm on set 6 now, I think. Yeah, maybe I'll break it up into 3s and have a 3rd set of like hammer curls after this. Kind of do a little variety. Although my buddy would probably argue against variety, but for me to have a mental picture of what I'm doing without writing it down, I am going to write it down. I have the digital notebook, the infinite digital notebook, almost infinite. Huge digital notebook. It's this thin, but it'll have hopefully thousands of pages in a few years. Okay. Hopefully thousands of useful pages, or thousands of pages and at least a couple hundred of them useful. Whew. All right, so what is this set 6? This will be set 7, I think, because I did 1, 2, 3 on the other thing, and then I did 4, 5, and this is set 6. So yeah, this is set 6. I don't think I'm skipping sets at this point. Hope not. I can watch this and see if I cheated myself. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, good buddy. Hopefully you'll never see this video, but I don't know about hopefully or not. I really don't know. I'm second guessing myself in that. If you do see this video, you know who you are. And hey, thanks for influencing me on a good way for something. So I think that was 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not as bad as I thought it would be. 9, 10. Of course, I'm only on just finished set 6, so I'm going towards set 7. Let's do 3 sets of hammer curls. So 7, 8, 9 will be hammer curls because that's kind of fun. That's a good well thing to do. Yeah, hammer curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. That was set 7. I'm gonna take a little break. Fortunately, I got my water nearby. There we go. Got to reload this thing pretty soon, which is probably a good thing. Definitely trying to drink more water. I'm not going to try to go above, like, I don't know, 4 liters a day. I don't think I'm even approaching that point. I've read 2 books by this soccer player. She, Amy something with a W, Wabash something. I know her name's probably not Wabash, but I read 2 books of hers. I don't know why. It just seemed like an interesting thing. I was like, I want to read about somebody who's played soccer. So I found a book about somebody who's played soccer, and I liked it so much. Maybe Amy Wolfpack. No, Wolfpack was something she named towards something, but won't get into that right now. What we will get into is one of the cool things she did, supposedly, but I do actually believe she did it, is she would drink like 1.5 liters of water or something, some ridiculous amount of water. Maybe it was just 1 liter. And I've heard not just her, but of at least one other person doing that. Just as soon as they wake up, just down 1 liter of water. His case was 1 liter. I think her case was 1.5 liters. And I've tried that. My body does not enjoy that. Oh man. Yeah, I drank a lot of air in that last part. Thus the instantaneous belch. There's the 2 drops there left. Where's my bucket? 2 drops in the bucket, fuck it. Oh man, no bucket, so I guess it is officially not being fucked. All right, whatever it is. Oh, what was it? 2 tears in a bucket. No, that's neither bucket nor tears. All right. So, while I'm editorializing, going off at the mouth, I think it's a time for, did I already do some hammer curls? Yes, I did. I think I did set 7 of hammer curls. Here's set 8 coming up right now. Not as bad as I thought it would be. 1. Got a lot of rest in between sets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Focus on the time between sets. Today, doing the burnout, I was trying to maximize some of the time between sets. Somewhere between, I don't know, 2 and 10 minutes was, I felt like, the sweet spot for me. Just talk, relax, enjoy, talk to you. Seems like I can suspiciously pour a lot of time into this. Or actually just this. I don't think you're responding too much to me. Maybe you will one day, and that's the day I take too much acid. No, I don't do drugs. So that day's not coming anytime soon. That was set 8. We're gonna bust out with set 9, but what I was drawing an idea is note to self. Try really exploring the space between sets. In other words, not necessarily expanding it, but also figuring out how to contract it. And one thing you know you've done, Mr. Yorm. What? All right, a lot of people call me Mr. Yorm. I have no idea why. And the fact that I'm using it towards my future self is honestly a little bit suspicious, a little bit confusing. I usually don't let myself be influenced too much by what other people say or think, and just enough not to be caught up in my own world all the time. Live there, but visit other places, I guess. Now I'm seeing very scatterbrained, which is almost like me talking to another friend that I've talked to a couple weeks ago, who is the quintessential scatterbrain, and I love him for it because he says some stuff that I think is just absolutely brilliant. The problem is he says it under his breath a lot, mumbles a lot, and a lot of people don't even take the time to say what, because once you say what to a person 3 or 4 times, then you're just like, I've seen people just say to his face, I can't understand a fucking word you're saying. He'll go right back to him, and he's not pretending not to talk. For a little while I thought it was him just messing with people and mumbling on purpose. Maybe he is, maybe I'm just totally full, but yeah, it's take the marbles out of your mouth, bro. Or put the marbles in your mouth and try to communicate. And then when you finally take the marbles out, you can really do a stellar job. What is that? Democritus did that? Or some Greek guy with a name that started with the letter D, I think. Letter Delta, I think. I don't know if it works like that, but who knows. All right. Point to myself, back to reiterate this point. like for example, in the full body workout, see every now and then explore sets or explore cycles that have almost no time between. See how many exercises you could stack in a short amount of time without these long pauses. And that was a long pause to discuss short pauses. So here we are with this. 1, 2, 3, feeling strong. On set 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A little bit of swaying there. 9, 10. A little bit of swaying everywhere, but oh well. All right, here we go. Getting ready. Set up for set 9. Gonna turn a little bit. Gonna feel it. I think I just had a brainstorm. I just remembered where my, I hope it's here. I've been finding stuff recently that I've kind of hidden away and put away from myself for various reasons. Sometimes accidental. Oh yes, the memory is good. The memory is very good. Well, not really. It's been months since No, this is not the thing. Okay, this is wrong. Whoop. Okay, that's the wireless microphone thing. Oh, it's here. The thing I'm looking for is here. I'll put the wireless microphone thing back. It's in the plastic bag. Oh, joy. My jump rope. I don't necessarily like jumping rope, but it's a good challenge. But here's what I like about this jump rope. First of all, I think it could have been as cheap as $1. And that is just phenomenal because this stuff, this rope stuff, watch me break it, seems really, I mean, it bends, it stretches a little bit. I don't want to stretch it too much, but it seems pretty strong. And I like the idea of this thing just being a strong, cheap thing with these handles that slide, you know. I could make money if I, no. Anyway, so like, let's kind of de-spin that thing out. There we go. So I used this for a while back, a long time ago, for muscle stimulation, specifically for blood flow. I created a fun acronym for it. I don't remember what that acronym was, but it was something like, oh God, blood flow activation training, BAT, or something like that. And basically what it was is just a little bit of sharp, because this thing really gives a nice sharp acute pain. And like, here's the thing, you get that acuteness that like, it just hits the right way. And what happens in a fun way is the pain goes away. And then you get these little red marks or whatever, and it doesn't break the skin. It's not too bad. It's not sharp, but it's like a sharp pain. And like I said, it goes away, and then it like pushes blood flow. And hopefully to get to the skin, the blood has to flow through the muscles. So there's some splash, some side effect of blood going into the muscles. And that kind of feels bizarre. I don't know if it feels good. That might be totally psychosomatic. That might be a total placebo effect, but well, we'll stick with psychosomatic. We won't go placebo because it's not a true experiment. But anyway, so get that feeling in my biceps. There we go. Those lines. Get all tiger striped on the biceps with this thing. Not hitting too hard, not going crazy, not splitting the skin, just sharp little pains, you know. And there we go. You see the white in there and the red. The white, I think, is the spots I haven't really touched, which is fine. I don't need to touch everything. But yeah, a little bit of, there we go. I'll do that in the light. Let's see if I can see it through. Not really. Yeah, my beard's getting in the way. There we go. There's some lines. All right, so anyway, lines, you know. And the cool thing is that wasn't there before. This thing, just this little bit, you know, did the job. And the job is blood flow. The pain, I don't know, it's probably good for tolerance testing. Just a little bit of pain to, make sure you're awake. But the pain's not the point. The point is the blood flow. Now it's a little bit itchy, which I don't remember feeling before. I remember feeling this wave of nice heat afterwards, and like the soothing effect. So maybe I just didn't whip hard enough. I don't know what it is. I wasn't going too hard with that. But yeah, the whatever technique it is, get extra blood flow to the muscle. Set 9, 2, hammer curls, 3, 4, try and get rid of this way, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, a little bit of swaying in that. Now my last set, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe it will be 13 sets of 10, because it would be really cool to do a few more sets, because I'm not done talking to you. I'm not done talking to me. Yeah, and even like the lines, where I felt like the lines were, it's on the inside too, it feels real, yeah, just gentle. We'll do another kind of set with my arms out like this, mimicking that curling bar, just going possibly a little bit further. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what? Actually, I should get rid of that phrase. The ums and the you know what and all that kind of stuff. It's just social noise. Don't want to get too deep into the social noise. Although, here's a funny thing. I've noticed that, I've noticed that digital assistants, to sound more human-like, have incorporated some semi-random ums in their conversation. So a person could be talking to a digital assistant and it feels more real when that digital assistant throws the word or ah or something like that in there. These vocalizations, the social noise. I don't know if I like the way that's going, but I can understand the hypothesis behind it, or the ideas behind it. All right, so this is a bonus set, so 10 out of 10 was the goal. I think we did 10. We might have only done 9. I'm going to do another one just in case, and then we'll do a bonus one after this. So let's just go ahead and get this done. Not as hard as I thought it would be. Of course, I had a lot of space between sets. 2, 3, and the weights weren't huge. 4, 5, and I've been using momentum. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But here's where I peel away the excuses and throw myself into an interesting challenge with this last bonus set. I'm going to try some weight that I don't think I've had trouble with. I don't think I've ever done a set of 10 with these. I'm going to do it in isolation. Isolation being one arm at a time. Use that sitting isolated position, so not throwing a whole bunch of swaying or body mechanics into it. And this is set up for a weight that I have a lot of trouble just throwing with the curls. All right, so I might not even get this thing all the way up into one curl. It'll be interesting to see what happens now. And since this is bonus, I am totally fine with failure. I'm just gonna try to squeeze the last few drops of whatever is energizing me right now. A good meal. Yeah, I eat one meal a day, but that meal sometimes takes 2 or 3 hours. Just tasting and, having a few different things, lots of sauces. It's extraordinary. Tonight I actually drank Coca-Cola, 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola. I know I usually don't do caffeine, but this was I want to see, maybe the caffeine's ripping through me right now. I do not feel that kind of energy. I've never actually felt energy from caffeine, so I really don't feel that. I feel like I would have this energy at this time in this normal situation all the time. Example, last night I was still like this. I'm not bouncing off the walls. I'm trying to do my speaking with a smooth high end and somewhat fast, but not too fast. Trying to cross that bridge that is expressively fast. In other words, someone that really respects my own time. Also something that's not so fast that when you move it into double speed, it doesn't make much sense. Although that's under the guise that what I say makes any sense at all. Okay, so here we go with this. This is a set of 10 using a weight I have kind of trouble with. Gonna do right side first. Gonna psych myself up for it a little bit. A lot of momentum in there. Might try that again in a few minutes, but let's go ahead and try that with the left side. Let's see if I can do at least 2. Oh man, the angles. I think I'm working the angles to get that thing up. Yeah, definitely working the angles. Definitely using the pinky finger for a little bit of spotting. Feeling it right here. Of course, that makes a lot of sense because I did a whole bunch of this today. Yeah, still feeling it radiating from that. Like okay, this is why I don't push myself. Because that could lead to injury. Oh man, woo. Hopefully that's not an injury right there. But one of the best things I can do, stretch out, feel good, maybe get some blood flow to that area. Say, hey buddy, help is on the way. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Help is on the way. Squeaky wheel gets the kick. All right. See, body, you offer me pain, and I'll just give you a little bit more. That's your reward. You did good, though. You warned me. You made me not go further with it, so thank you, body, and your natural wisdom for letting me know what's up. Yeah, it doesn't feel like an injury. Felt like something strained a little bit, but I think we caught it in time. I think the fact that it was the acute reaction and the acute bit of pain. I am going to use my left hand to help out my right hand, do at least one more curl on here. But we are going to do this extremely slow. Also use my body and momentum a little bit. So a little bit of help there, all the way through it. I actually felt that right here, pectoral muscle, for some strange reason. That was tensing, which I don't understand. Don't understand. I'm going to try a technique using my left hand. Right hand's going to help out. My momentum's going to help out. I'm going to pull out all the shady tricks to get that. Well, not all the shady tricks, but I'm going to try to pull out some shady tricks to make sure this goes from there to there. It's going to happen. But I am going to try another fun little trick, which is holding the breath, and when it gets hard, do that build up and then that big push. I think it works in stretching. I do not know if it works in lifting. Probably not. It probably only works in stretching, but in for a penny, right? Hold my breath, bring it up. Yeah, I think I started that out not from a full extension. I think I started it with like that. So even the start was a bit of a cheat. Now, is cheating necessarily bad? Yes, if you cheat yourself too much, I think that's horrible. But the fact that I can look at myself and I say, within reason, I was able to do this weight a couple of times that I've had trouble doing a couple times, and I didn't break any new ground. This is no personal record, personal best, whatever they want to call it. But it was after 10 sets of 10, so maybe that has something to do account. So fun stuff with weights in the body and the mechanics therein. So I'm surprised I even bothered videotaping this, but I'm going to try to videotape most of what I do, especially during Adventure Week, because that's where it's going to have the widest variety of stuff. Week 1 and week 3, you're going to see the same basic workouts all the time. The only thing that's going to be variety in there is just me talking about stuff, and I'm sure I'm going to talk about the same stuff at several different occasions. And I think I'm talking about something new and brand new, and I talked about it 6 months ago. So there is all that. You, dear viewer, which is probably only going to be me, have a lot to look forward to. And the cool thing is, hopefully this will last a long time. Hopefully this will be a lifetime, I'm not going to use the word obsession, lifetime enrichment lifestyle. L-E-L, the Lel, Lil, Lel. All right, so now I have the process of picking this thing up and putting it back on the rack, or I don't know, I'm just gonna call it a rack. It's clearly not a rack of weights. It's a stand. Put it back on the stand. All right, let's go with, I think left side did a worse job today, so there we go. There we go. All right. Another little thing I like to do sometimes is when my knees feel something weird, just kind of gently turn. Not too much, because I think that could lead to injury, but just a gentle, kind of get the turning, and get the up and down, and get the back. See if stretching, immediate stretching when I feel a twinge or something. Like I just felt that twinge again, making this movement. Felt that twinge again. So, of course now, I remembered where I put this thing. So twinges, yeah, we're gonna double this up. That seems good. And you're gonna right on the knee is just like a dead zone. Like all around it is just ooch. But when I get it right there, it's just like not much. And just because you guys are pals, there you go. There you go. A little bit of blood flow. Not hitting too hard, just let the blessings of the healing blood flow get to the area. Dude, if anybody sees this videos, I can just see him like, yeah, I did want to work out with him, but I'm really sad that he found his jump rope. I don't want that. It's not that bad. It really isn't. But it's not like that good either. It doesn't feel good. It's not supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel healthy. It's a process. If it tasted good, you know, it wouldn't be healthy, right? Well, I beg to differ. I think that's changing. I think technology and good sauces and good framing of mind changes things on that. Like I actually, before I put away the fake meat, the fake sausages, I put away I put away all the broccoli on my plate tonight. Yeah, tonight was broccoli and fake sausages and two different types of protein shakes. And I think I only did about, I know it was somewhere under 1,500 calories for today. And that's just that one meal, like one meal a day, you know. The stomach still feels huge. It's like, oh, I ate so much. No, I did drink a good bit of water. Did drink a good bit of some clear soda. Clear, supposedly no calorie soda. And did have that Coca-Cola. I noticed when I was halfway through the meal, started totaling up my numbers. My protein was like 153 grams. My carbohydrates was under 100. So I threw in a glass of orange juice in there. That pumped up the carbohydrates. I had very little fats tonight, but I'm fine with that. Ideally, I want to play around with the idea of like a lot of protein, sometimes minimal carbohydrates with a good deal of fat, and then sometimes a good deal of carbohydrates with minimal fat. So in other words, it's like a teeter-totter. It's either going to be a lot of fat. When the fat goes up, the carbohydrates go down, and then when the carbohydrates go up, the fat goes down. I might play around with that, but normally what I try to do is kind of a 40-30-30 thing. 40% of the calories come from protein, 30% from fat, 30% from carbohydrates, trying to keep those carbohydrates simple. Unlike the Coca-Cola I drink, more like the broccoli. And the kind of funny thing about the broccoli was a whole big bag of broccoli was, I think, under 50 grams of carbohydrate. So that's pretty amazing. That's the amazing power of vegetables. There was just a lot of food. And the funny thing with the sauces I was putting on, I just took that broccoli down. Finished off a bottle of sriracha, not from the beginning. I've been working on that bottle for months and or weeks. Definitely not days, but the good news is there's an extra big bottle of sriracha that I still have left, and that hopefully will be months. I don't want to go too crazy with sauces, but I want the sauces to just definitely be there. All right, so enough of me talking and editorializing and being silly. You can drop all the silliness, or not, but definitely stop the video. We're done here. Later it shall be.